Welcome, gentlemen around the world, to the Gentleman's Lounge. I'm Peyton, and I'm your host of the Gentleman's Handbook Podcast. And today I want to talk about a term I hear being used a lot. The term is high-value male or high-value female, but in this case, I'm going to focus on high-value male. And today I want to talk about how a high income does not mean that you're a high-value individual. Now, typically, from what I've seen on YouTube, on the internet, they say a high-value male excludes athletes and entertainers and guys who make large amounts of money, like quickly, but more often found in guys who sustain a certain income. I think it was $10,000 a month or more for 5 years in a row, something like that. But I'm here to talk about how high income does not equal high value. So here's one of my favorite quotes. The rich man is a pimp's best friend. The rich man is a pimp's best friend. Why is that a quote? I'll give you a good example. If anyone has ever seen the movie Casino with Robert De Niro, you know that Robert De Niro is the money guy. He works for the mob. He's not Italian, so he's not actually in the mob, but he works for the mob and he runs the casinos. And he runs this casino. I mean, he lives in a penthouse. He's big time. You know, he has the respect of a lot of men, a lot of women, because the way he handles his business. And he falls for this woman who seems to be a very beautiful woman with style, grace, everything that I guess he was looking for in a woman. And at the end of the day, it turned out that the woman used to mess with this pimp. So all the money, the furs, everything he was giving to her, she was bringing that money back to the pimp. Hence the quote, a rich man is a pimp's best friend. And she was bringing these things back to the pimp after he gave her everything. And you might say, well, that's because she was a low value woman or whatever the case may be. But typically speaking, he was unable to see past what was going on. And then he was a sucker for love, and he took her back several times and even wanted to kill the pimp who was controlling her and giving her cocaine. So now I want to break down why high earning does not equal high value. One, confidence. Confidence in one arena does not equal confidence in another. So confidence in one discipline doesn't equal confidence in another. I'll give you a great example. I'm an ex-athlete. I used to play football. And you have guys on the team who were extremely talented. I mean, it could be 2 minutes left in the game, 4th and 1. You need him to make that play. He's going to make it because he believes in himself. He knows what he's capable of. He's put the work in. He's practiced hard. He lifts the weights. He's that kind of guy. But when it comes to meeting a woman, he's afraid. He's afraid of the rejection, the fear, the things that come with it. When it comes to school, he's insecure. He's afraid that he can't make the grades. Because he's excellent in one arena does not mean he's excellent in another. Because you're excellent at making a great income, because you're excellent at your finances, taking care of yourself, taking care of business does not equal that you will have confidence when it comes to dealing with women. And people say, yeah, women pick up on a lack of confidence quick. No, people pick up on a lack of confidence quick. People know when you're not confident quickly. You can see a guy and you see him in that one arena. I'll give you a great example. Michael Jackson. I mean, on stage, Michael Jackson seems like he's in control. When he does his performances, I mean, it's the reason why he's the greatest performer of all time. When he's performing, that confidence level's through the roof. It's like, wow, this guy, no fear. But then you see him in interviews, you see him in normal life, and he's so shy. He's so reserved because the confidence not there. In one discipline, he's confident. His music. In the other discipline, he's fearful. The next reason I think that high income does not equal high value is because in many cases, insecurity drives success. In many cases, insecurity drives success. What do you mean by that? So Tom Brady is considered by many the greatest football player of all time. I myself don't agree with that, but he has a case. He definitely has the best career of any quarterback in NFL history. Tom Brady's whole career is driven off of insecurity. Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round, and he uses that as motivation every single year as to why he competes. Tom Brady is 42 or 43 years old now, just won a Super Bowl, but he's still insecure. He uses the chirps of outsiders as a means to motivate himself. He uses extrinsic motivation rather than intrinsic motivation, meaning that he's motivated by things from without rather than things from within. And when you have that natural use of insecurity as your driver, then you're technically going to have some insecurities on the inside. And that's not to say everyone doesn't have insecurity, but a lot of times you see guys are driven by the doubters, by the naysayers. And you see some of the most successful people in the world are driven that way. And because you're insecure, to become successful, typically it's hard for a person like that to be secure on a normal basis. The next reason: some rich men equate their value with their money. Some rich men equate their value with their money. Now, I'll tell you what the problem is with that. Of course, resources give you a better opportunity at meeting women because you have resources. Just like good looks give women better opportunity at meeting men. But and many times men use their money as their value. So let's say you marry a woman and your value was your money. But let's say she gets so used to the fact that she lives a certain lifestyle, so the value is no longer there. You're just a money pit at that point. You're just an investor into the lifestyle that she wants to live. From my experience, there have been several women who were married, living well, great husbands who wanted to cheat with me, who wanted to cheat with some of my line brothers, my frat brothers, women who were willing to throw it all away just for one night with me. Why? Because she felt like her husband had nothing else to offer besides the money. And she was maybe 5 years in, 6 years in. So her money was secured. Had a kid, so she was good to go either way. See, the problem is that many men forego developing their personality, developing themselves and the understanding of themselves in order to make money. Which is there's no problem to want to make money, but you have to develop yourself, because by developing yourself, you make yourself, irreplaceable. I've been in several relationships where I've been irreplaceable, and I've never made six figures a day in my life. If I want to be totally honest, it's because I developed myself. I was forced to develop myself at a young age. I was forced to develop my personality. I was forced to develop my leadership skills. I was forced to develop my character. I was forced to do those things. I was forced to develop my integrity, to work hard. I was forced to do those things. And because I was able to do those things, whenever a woman comes to me, she sees the value in more than just what I can give her from a financial standpoint. She sees the value in how I can help her in her life, how I can lead a family, how I'm respectable, how other men respect me. See, because I'm respected in several disciplines. I was respected in the sports discipline. I'm respected in academic discipline. And I earn respect around my women. You're going to respect me. And a lot of times guys forego that respect. They think that it's not important. I got money. I got bread. That's all it means. That's all it takes, And they think that that's their duty. But it's not your duty to just take care of a woman just because she is a woman. It's your duty is to take care of a family and a household in which that woman earned that. Another reason is that why high value doesn't equal high income. I apologize. High income does not equal high value. It's because character does not come from riches, nor does self-esteem. You'll be shocked some of the people I've come across in my lifetime, and I realize, wow, this person is really insecure. This person makes so much money. Women, they can have pretty much any woman they want, but they're so insecure. Great example. Floyd Mayweather is a very insecure male. In a boxing arena, some people hail him as the greatest of all time. What does he call himself? He calls himself TBA, the best ever. TBE, the best ever. And some people hail Floyd Mayweather as the number one boxer of all time. But if you know anything about watching Floyd Mayweather's movement, he's extremely insecure. And I know he doesn't fit into the high value male discussion because I guess he's an entertainer, but you see what Floyd Mayweather built his career himself. So I think he does fit. He built his career as a boxer and made himself into a multi-millionaire, 9 figures. That's no easy task. If you look around the boxing game, it doesn't work like that. Just because you're the best guy does not mean that you're going to make the most money. And Floyd Mayweather made a lot of money. He took the risk and he bought himself out of a contract for almost $750K to go out on his own, and then he ended up turning that into 9 figures. So if that's not a high value in the sense that the YouTubers use, I don't know what is. And he's done that and sustained that for over a long period of time. Even though he uses his hands to make his living, it doesn't matter. He uses his brain as well. But if you look at Floyd Mayweather, he's extremely insecure. He has to be in the spotlight. And he's rich. But yet, the last woman he had, Miss Jackson, who he was getting ready to marry, she cheated on him with Ray J. Why? Because Ray J is secure in himself. And the money is just a byproduct of being Brandy's brother and having a little bit of talent, being on the show. But he has that confidence in himself. So the woman risked cheating on Floyd Mayweather, who was going to provide her with a stable future, stable income, and everything that she wants for one reason only, just to have a night with Ray J. Because Floyd Mayweather never developed anything else outside his boxing skills and his trash talking skills. He never developed anything that made him interesting beyond the money. See, a lot of people think that money is the answer to all the problems. And it's not. I'm not making this video to look down on those who make money, because I believe that every man should strive to make money as much as you can. Because at the end of the day, money talks. With money, you can make decisions, you can make things move, you can make things happen in your favor. But don't equate money to mean high value. It's like the guys who worked on Wall Street, how they be coked up in the 80s. Wolf of Wall Street, I don't know how accurate it is. I know the guy wrote an actual book, but it was on Quaaludes. It was on coke. They're going through divorces. Never home. Never around the family. Because the money, right? The money was what they were after. They never developed themselves. So just because you make a high income doesn't mean your value is high. Now, I'm not saying that to say that a woman should date a dude who has nothing going on for himself either. That's risky. But I just hear it thrown around so much. High value. And when it comes down to it, a lot of men don't even have the kind of money that would equate to the internet's definition of high value male. Most men not making $10,000 a month. So I don't even see why they get on YouTube and arguing with women who want men who make $10,000 a month. It's a waste of your energy. It's really a waste of your energy to be on YouTube arguing with women when you don't have 6 figures on why they shouldn't date guys with 6 figures. A guy with 6 figures wouldn't want you. Well, you don't have 6 figures. But if I was rich, okay. But if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. I think a lot of times you need to sit back and focus on yourself as a man, on your own self-development, on building your own self-esteem, building your personality, your discipline, seeking to find a way to make money for yourself. Stop letting the internet entertain you when you could be out there hustling, when you could be out there trying to make something happen for yourself. Stop complaining about the problems and be solution oriented. All I hear is the modern woman, the modern woman, the modern woman. There are many women who will follow your lead. There are many women out there who do that. And the women who won't, don't worry about them. That's what I do. I look at it like this. If anybody at the gym hear me talk, they're gonna recognize this reference. Anybody at Sonic, they're gonna recognize this reference. I tell them I'm Bill Belichick. We winning championships over here. It's not for everybody. That's why in my standards video, I lay it down flat first. I'm letting you know this is who I am. This is what I do. But I keep my mystery about me, but I let it know this is what I am. This is the Patriot way. Because if you look at the Patriots as a franchise, it's kind of mysterious. You hear about it, they supposedly, this is the set of standards in which they operate the franchise by, but you don't know what goes on in the locker room. It's a mystery there. I'm Bill Belichick, and it's the Patriot way, and it's not for everybody. When Chad Ochocinco came and played for the Patriots, it didn't work out well for him. because it's not for everybody. See, if you want to be flashy, go play for the Browns. They don't have one championship. They got Odell Beckham. They got Kareem Hunt. They got Baker Mayfield. They got Jarvis Landry, Myles Garrett. They got all the big names. All the big names. They got probably the most Instagram followers amongst any team on the Cleveland Browns. But they ain't winning no chips. So if you want to be flashy, go to the Cleveland Browns. That's how I look at it. But if you want to be great, stay with Bill Belichick. Get that Belichick way. And that's the difference. See, because a lot of men are rich. I know men who are rich, making well beyond six figures, who women don't respect them whatsoever. So is that man high value now? Can't even command the respect of the woman he lives with on a daily basis? Can't even get the woman to cook him a meal after a hard day of work when she brings no income into the house? He has to come home after a long day of work and cook himself for his children? That's a high value man. But she treating him like he a regular Joe. It's crazy. Now, this guy wasn't a high value man, but it's just a crazy story I got to tell. A guy I knew, didn't know him that well, but his wife was cheating on him. I mean, he was at level 7 of disrespect. Level 7. His wife was openly cheating on him. And to the point his wife was flirting with his friends, going at their neck like, yeah, what's up? Let's get it in. Let's get it in. And they'd have to be like, man, fall back, man. Like, man, get your wife, man. And then one day he brought to me that he had saw some text messages between his wife and another man. And his wife said in a text, he said that his wife was got out of line with the guy. Now, the guy has no job. Got out of line with the guy. The guy has no car. And she got out of line with the guy. And the guy got her mind right. And guess what she did? I'm sorry, baby. I apologize. And he said, all the stuff I provide for her, you apologizing to him, you would have cursed me out. I said, I guess because your wife see you as a bitch ass nigga. That's just the facts. Your wife think you a bitch ass nigga. She don't got no respect for you. It's time to cut bait. You know? But that's what it is. A lot of times we try to forego what it means to be a good man by throwing money at the situation. In the same way that women try to forego what it means to be a good woman by piling on makeup, weave, and tight clothes. So, fellas, you got to seek to develop yourself. That's what makes you high value. Your self-development. What is your routine when you get up in the morning? Are you sleeping until 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Are you up all night? All on Instagram? All on YouTube? Wasting valuable time that you could be using to better yourself? That's what makes you high value. Because if you're not high value in the home, how are you truly high value? That's all I got for you today, fellas. I want you to go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'm still working in progress. I'm not really a social media guy, so I don't post as much as I should, but I'm trying to get to it. Posting my Instagram at ghb.podcast on Instagram.com. I would appreciate it if you like the content I'm making. I would appreciate a like, subscribe, share it, to other men out there so we can help build a community of like-minded men looking to improve ourselves, because I'm not a finished product. Like in the saying of my fraternity, achievement in every field of achievement in every field of human endeavors. Yeah, that's what it is. Achievement in every field of human endeavors. And when you achieve something, when me and my line brothers achieve something, we're talking in our group text and we achieve something, I say, don't stop achieving. Don't stop achieving. That's all I have for you today, fellas.